Many people have said Ajithkumar has lost his touch and he's no more in the game. He's been going away from his fans, from society. He's been very selfish. If he really genuinely want to go to car racing and bike racing, why is he still making movies? And after making the films he's supposed to make, he's making them in a half-baked way. He's making them just for his own interest rather than what the public wants, and he's not treating his fans well. So the list goes on and on. But Ajithkumar is one of the strongest fan bases in not only Kollywood, probably in any film industry for that matter. And what is the reason for that? Well, number one, Ajithkumar, like superstar Rajinikanth, is one person who's considered an outsider. He wasn't a child of a famous or big timer in Kollywood, like for example Vijay, who has that help from his father, who's a director, to push him forward every time the films didn't do well, especially in the early part of the career. Whereas Ajit, as an outsider, had to always face various competitors and has to face various setbacks. People like Prasant and all were his competitors at one time. He faced a lot of health problems, and despite all that, he never gave up, pushed himself, and did a great job. So a lot of the so-called criticisms have increased tremendously after the film Vida Muirchi, and the film's genesis itself was full of problems, whereby initially another director was supposed to be on board for the project, Nayantara's husband, to be exact. But that guy, it seems, was in a big comfort zone and was careless about the script and not finishing it, and so Ajit had no choice but to find another director. So enter Magil Chirumeni. The issue with the current batch of heroes in Tamil cinema, not only Ajit, Vijay, even Rajini is guilty to a certain extent, is that people have evolved in a direction whereby they've kept on working towards getting higher and higher salaries with less and less work, right? When you compare to like Kannada and Telugu cinema nowadays, both these industries, the heroes are really working hard, trusting the director, getting good stories, and even their salaries, they are doing it like profit sharing, meaning that they only get the big income if their film does well. So all this helps those small industries live from past Kollywood. So what the public is asking is that the public is pouring in money not only in Tamil Nadu but also in Malaysia, Singapore, and all the other Kollywood markets to go and watch these movies, when actually there's so many other options, like they can watch Hindi films or they can watch English films and all that. And so when the public is supporting the heroes so much, after the initial part of them fighting and doing good movies and progressing, once they reach a certain stage, it seems that they forgot the fans, they forget everybody, and they're just living in their own world, and they start making movies which is about their own pet interest rather than what the general public wants, that public which brought them up in the first place. So again, not only Ajit is guilty of this, because people are saying that Vida Muirchi is all about so-called woman empowerment, to the extent that even if your wife openly have an affair, you will drive her and bring her to wherever she wants to go, to her parents' house, to her boyfriend's house, to wherever it is, and to sort of let her go in that way. So is that what manhood is about? So these people, we call it first world problems, we call it disjointed from reality. These people live in such a cloud nine, whereas they can talk like that, whereas for the common people with families and real lives, they seem it as so alien to them. So these are the challenges. The heroes develop their own pet philosophies of reality, which is very different from how it is in real life. Because the reality that these heroes face is different. Everywhere they go, people love them, people cheer them, and they get special treatment. So their reality is different. For a common man, life is not like that. So this is what's causing the spike in criticism on Ajit, right? So I leave it open to discussion from fans and the common movie-going public, whether Ajithkumar, okay, maybe being away from media, maybe one can justify. Maybe media has treated him in an unfair manner. Maybe they've given wrong news about him and all this kind of thing. But at the same time, you must remember, media also brought him to the wider audience. So you use media when it's convenient for you in the early stage of your career, but when you are higher up, you forget about it. You do fan movies with fan like in the early part of your career, but once you are big, you forget your fans. You just go off 2-3 years doing your own thing and not and leave the fans dissatisfied. Those fans that made you rich, right? Those people who stood in rain and sunshine waiting to watch your movies, those fans who defended you against everybody who criticizes you. So to forget them is not fair, all right? So not many people can become such a charismatic hero. So those who get that opportunity, they should use the power in a good way. That's what some of the critics say. Now Rajini also started doing some pet projects, started going to comfort zone, a bit negligent of fans in the late 90s, when after one movie, for example after Padayappa, some years he just didn't act in movies, right? He became in like a comfort zone, that kind of a thing. And also he also started doing his own pet project. For example, Rajini have a certain religious beliefs and spirituality, so he made movies like Baba, which align with what he is about. For a person probably who's very well fed and living in a bungalow luxury, maybe that style of meditation and all is what is his satisfaction. But for just a general public, a general person, his satisfaction is in getting success, that is like having a big mansion, driving a big car, having a good family. So those films like Annamalai, those films like where he's from rags to riches, Padayappa and so on, those resonated a lot with the audience, the common man who want to go up in life. But when you make movies like Baba, that might be more suitable for people who have succeeded in many of their normal parts of life and they're seeking a spiritual satisfaction, right? It might not be suitable for a normal guy. So in that way, Rajini was sort of separated from reality and the day-to-day problems of his fans. But realizing that, he quickly corrected himself, gave a super hit Chandramukhi with good comedy, good entertainment factor. And slowly over the years he slacked again with movies like Annathe, because he has no competitors, he was getting a decent salary. They were all working with a producer Laika, who had no insider knowledge but had a lot of money. Laika is based in London, and sadly they came with supposedly noble intentions. They want to make good Tamil, internationally recognized Tamil movies. But our Kollywood insiders looked at Laika as an easy money because they don't know the business so much. They started taking Laika for a ride, intentionally or not, we do not know. Laika did lots of blunders as well, because besides money, the skill set does not seem to be good in marketing and pushing the film forward like people like Danu, producers Danu V Creations has. That is the weakness of Laika. And that being the case, although Laika brought in very highly paid people like director Shankar and Rajini and so on, but the temptation of using Laika was too strong, and many heroes consciously or subconsciously abuse Laika, and sadly Laika seems to be on the verge of closing shop, right? So Ajit's Vida Muirchi, whereby they went to shoot in Azerbaijan, a very exotic locale. Maybe Ajit went on one of his bike rides and saw it was so nice, and the producer, Ajit is not putting his money, he's not profit sharing like the Telugu industry heroes, so he just casually say, oh, let's go Azerbaijan, and everybody follows, right? Because based on what interview that people like Magil Tirumani, the director and all gave, they say that Ajit is the person behind almost all the ideas or decisions, and which is true, which is all commentators now. Hollywood is very hero focused. The hero decides the producer, the hero decides the director, the hero decides the story and everything. And Ajit is going so deep into his comfort zone that he takes a good director, bends the director to how he wants the movie to be done, works with the director for 3-4 movies. That means prevents this director from giving good movies that he might otherwise have given for 4-5 years, and then he just moves on to the next person. In the old days when Ajit was doing quite well, he listened to directors like Varladu K.S. Ravi Kumar. He listened to the directors, but now directors have to listen to him. So even directors like H. Vinod or Magil Tirumani, who gave good movies, Ajit takes those heroes and then he makes them do what he wants, and the outcome is a hit or miss. Sometimes it does okay, sometimes doesn't. So when Siva's movie with Ajit, the action thriller, sort of didn't do well. So the question is, who gave the idea, right? But subsequently, when Siva went to his zone where he was a bit more stronger and gave the village subject, then that movie did quite well, right? So I think Ajit's concept is he does 3-4 movies with the director. The first movie is what Ajit asked them to do, and then maybe the second or third movie the director has more chance to shine. But however, the trust and love that fans has given Ajit, it seems is making him look at movies as some kind of hobby or something he just does occasionally to just get money, and then to go on his whatever entertainment that he chooses to do. So the question for fan is that, do you guys think that Ajit has earned it and that he has the right to just go have fun? I mean, he's already in middle age. Or do you think that he has a responsibility because of the fans who put him where he is to do better. So whether Ajit is going to go up or go down is an interesting question. But actually, if he's rich enough, I mean, he has Porsches and he's having his own race club. I think he's very rich. So even if he so-called fails in cinema, it wouldn't affect him. His life is set, and he said, "You live your life. We already have our life made." So maybe it's time for fans to realize and start living their own life, right? So as far as Ajit is concerned, he is settled down already. Hence, he is being careless about cinema. Because even if he were to do cinema as a hobby, he wants to make his film, say, once every 2 years, but at least make a good film. Make a film, choose a director and trust the director. Let the director do the job. Don't you give the story to the director, you give the parameters to the director, then why you need the director, right? And you're taking good directors and putting them in your box, and not only for one movie, 3-4 movies. That means you are not acting in a very good movie. The director lost a few good movies, 4-5 years working with you. It's a lose-lose situation. And with Vijay also doing films which are in his comfort zone as well, so we are in a situation where the industry is not moving forward. Look at the culture in Kannada and Telugu industry now, even Malayalam for that matter. At least they still have a story as the hero there. And what's happening to Kollywood is slowly getting rotten. Even those directors like Shankar who had some good habits in the past, and Rajini also took it more seriously. When they both combined, they gave awesome films like Indiran and Shivaji. But now with the actors pulling the directors into their orbit, producers into their orbit, and whether the movie hits or misses, the hero escapes, the producer is rotting in the corner, the director is struggling for his career. Is this what the legacy of the heroes, especially Vijay and Ajit in Kollywood, bringing in the downfall of the industry? During the ages of MJR, Shivaji, Rajini Kamal, 80s, 90s, Tamil films were so respected, Tamil technicians were so respected even in Hindi. It was a battle between Bollywood and Kollywood. But now in the era of Ajit and Vijay, it seems that things are going down so fast and so hard. Kannada hero like Yash, Prabhas from Telugu, they are the one ruling the roost, and even older ones like Kamal and Rajini seems to have to give a comeback to even give the industry some amount of box office economic impact. So do share, guys, what do you think about that? We all think that Ajit has a great potential. Unfortunately, have fans, by defending anything that Ajit does, and by Ajit and Vijay also isolating themselves from media, have created a cocoon whereby they do lower and lower quality movies and still survive, because they can bring a certain amount of box office, and producers are also attracted by the star power, not doing due diligence. Directors are not doing due diligence. Nobody questions anything, and so the industry is going from valley to valley to go downwards to downwards and like that. So what I personally think about Ajit is that I feel very sad that a great actor, that a great performer has been sort of corrupted by the amateurishness of producers, the lack of discipline and strength, because the director is the commander. The director should always make it clear to the hero that while the stardom is respected, the hero should give opportunity for the director to do his work. And Rajini did that very well with Nelson in Jailer. He respected the director, although he's a newcomer, and obeyed the instruction, put faith in the director, and the director also took the responsibility seriously. It was a great teamwork, and we had the result of Jailer, right? That man is about 70 plus years old. So if people who are in the younger age than Rajini, like Ajit and Vijay, say that they cannot give 1,000 crore box office hits or reach pan-India level, it's not because they don't have the capacity. It's that the whole ecosystem of, as I said earlier, directors who don't have a backbone, because you see, as a director you have to have some integrity. The director psychology, I don't really blame them also. You see, because let's say you're an up and coming director, right? You get a chance to direct people like Ajit or Vijay or Rajini. That's an opportunity of a lifetime, number one. Number two, you're going to get a big huge salary. The producer is going to throw at money, so you get good money, you get a good CV by having directed a big star, and even after that you never get any opportunity. Your life is somewhat stable. So the director is willing to give up all his personal integrity and philosophy and make a movie, a second-rate movie, a movie which is not made from the heart, just to satisfy whatever the hero wants without giving a proper feedback to the hero. And the hero himself, if he sees a director who's tough, he walks away, right? So these are things that's leading to a poor quality performance. Of course, things were a bit extreme back in the day. We used to hear about director Balaji Raja slapping the actors to get the best performance. Directors like Bala was known to get physical if he doesn't get what he wants. And so directors also see that's the problem. On one extent, directors who are bending themselves totally to do whatever the hero wants. On the other extreme, we have directors who are so violent and torturing the actors, right? So Bala's way of torturing the actors is very big news in media. We don't know how far it's true, but we definitely know that Ajit did try working with him early on, and then they had to move away because of certain things, right? Whether Bala and Ajit got physical, that one I leave it to the media to speculate. Everybody have a kind of a role to play in what the industry has become now. In the 80s, 90s, directors like S.P. Muthuraman, Bharji Raja, heroes like Rajini and Kamal used to be so respectful of them, number one. And number two, even Rajini and Kamal used to be so friendly with each other. Number three, both of them always interacted with the media, although it's an up and down. Sometimes maybe a bit less, sometimes a bit more, but they always respect the media and all that. So look at the new kind of heroes. Vijay is basically an introvert who's sitting in his house, very planned kind of a person. Sincerity we do not know, but a very ambition driven person. So Vijay will target to be the biggest hero in Kollywood, and until he achieves the aim, he will say he loves Rajini, and then suddenly switch to MGR when he already achieved a certain level. So how sincere is Vijay? Right now he's planning to enter politics, and again the same pattern, very ambitious, very driven, but sincerity is a question mark. Very rarely comes out and talk to the media. Maybe one day he will start doing that on his own terms and so on. So media might not get an opportunity to really grill him on his future plans and so on. Vijay and Rajini are much better in this regard. So both Ajit and Vijay, are they correcting influence on Kollywood? Again, I leave it for the fans to decide. But hopefully, Vida Muirchi's controversial box office, hopefully it makes Ajit reflect again. If he's genuinely in love with motorsport, then go 100% commit to it. If he's genuinely in love with cinema, then even if he does the film once every 2 or 3 years, please commit yourself to it. Respect the director. Don't do your own pet philosophy project like Rajini did with Baba and you are doing with Vida Muirchi. Do things which entertain the public. If you want to do art films, as some critics says, take very less salary or no salary, do it in a small budget, so in this way nobody gets affected. Okay guys, enough of my thoughts about Ajithkumar. He is a great hero. I wish him all the best, and maybe Vida Muirchi might make him to rethink the way he's approaching entertainment and give us very good commercial movies. Or definitely we're not preventing him from doing experimental art movies, but do it in the right scale, small budget, maybe don't take salary, and this way everybody, and also set the audience expectation, and this way it will be much better. Okay guys, that's it from me. Much love. See you guys next time. Bye bye.